So welcome to our used 2020 Imagine 2970 RL. Starting right in your back bumper here. If you just reach in, pull that cap on out of there. Inside of the back bumper, you're going to find your sewer hose. Take note of those two ears and the adapter here. It's how I'll be hooking it up to your sewer system. The hose itself, once about fully extended, is about 20 feet long. And we just keep it stored in the bumper back here to help keep any sort of stench out of the unit, keep things that bit fresher. Cap just kind of presses back into place. In this corner, as well as each corner of the trailer, you're going to find a stabilizer jack. All they do is they run down, contact the ground, give it another turn or so just to firm it up, and that'll get rid of any sort of bounce or sway that you see got in the unit right now, just to keep things firm while you're out camping. Making our way down the side here, you get this one vent right here, so that's going to be for your stove vent. Of course, propane stove is putting off fumes, so you just want to make sure that this flap here is opened up so that our fan inside can evacuate those fumes. Once you're done, just kind of press it into place until it clicks, and that'll prevent any dust from kicking up in there. Two vents for your fridge here, nothing really there for you to worry about, it's just kind of service ports. Exhaust for your furnace here, so if you're ever running a furnace, just to make sure it's not blocked off, it does get hot. Your short cord inlet here, so as you pop that open, you're going to find a little notch in the bottom corner there. It's going to line up with this notch here. Press those in together, little eighth turn will lock it into place, then you get the threaded collar in the back there to properly lock it down. As you follow the cord back, you're going to find a standard 50 amp end. Now some campsites will have that, some won't, so we do provide you with this adapter here, so you can take that 50 down to a 30. Most campsites do have that. You just plug straight on in and you're good to go. We also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so if you're looking to plug in at home to charge your batteries or run your fridge, you got the power to do so. Kind of right up above that, we've got your sewer hose inlet. So you got that cap there, you just kind of turn it. It's got the same two ears on it that your sewer hose had. Sewer hose will attach the same way. Just press it in, turn it until it clicks. You have two little stickers up top here. So you got gray tank in the back, black tank in the front. So if you look underneath, you got these little valves there. You just pull that and allows the tank to drain itself out. Black tank is filled from your toilet. Of course, it's going to be your dirtiest water, so you want to do that first. Once that's done, you can then go back to the gray. Gray tank is going to be filled from your sinks as well as your shower. Typically cleaner water. We'll dump that last to help keep that sewer hose as clean as possible. Little service light here so you can see what you're doing while you're doing that. Black tank flush valve up top here, so you may notice over time after having gone and dumped your black tank, your monitor panel is still reading a third or 2/3, whatever it may be. Typically, it's just some debris inside of the tank hanging between the probes. What you can do is take your water hose, plug it into there, open up the black valve, turn on the water, and that'll just flush out that tank for you, getting rid of any sort of debris that could be causing that issue. Hot water tank there, you just get that keyway, you line that up, and you can pop it on open. All your controls for turning it on are just inside the unit. Before turning it on though, we just want to hit this relief valve right there. You should get that shot of water coming out. If you're not getting that water coming out of there, there is a chance that it's empty, and you do run the risk of burning out your elements, so you just want to make sure it's filled before firing it up. Once you're done, just closing it back off, lock it with the keyway. Towards the front, you get your fresh water inlet here. So your water hose will plug into there, turn on the water, and that'll fill up your freshwater tank. The drain for that tank is just right underneath the unit here. Get this little white valve, will pull that, drains the tank out. Simple as that. This compartment here, as you open it up, gets a little magnetic latch, holds it open for you. Inside of here, you're going to find your water hose. Inside of the water hose, you find that 15 amp adapter. So your 30 amp into there, 15 to a standard household outlet. GFI protected outlet here, so if you want power outside, you got it. And then you get all of your cable and satellite inlets as well. You can see they are labeled to where they go to. Battery disconnect switch here, so with it off to the side, that's it turned on. Turn it up like that, pop it on out of there. That's the battery then disconnected from the system. Your city water connection is just right here, so your water hose will plug into there, turn on the water, and that'll pressurize the lines throughout the unit. And then you've got your kind of dictation of where you're sending your water right here. So with up at the top like that, that's you're using a fresh tank fill, which is basically just the same as using this guy here. Once that's done, you can then bring it down, and that'll tie it into your city water, basically just pressurize the lines throughout the unit. Underneath that, we get your exterior shower. So you get your little shower hose here, has that quick connect end. You just be pushing that collar back, attach your hose until it clicks. Hot and cold water there, of course, as well as the little garden hose end there. And then you also just get this little access panel, so you can kind of run all your coax cables, any water lines, anything like that up through the unit, so you can keep this compartment closed. And then up on the front wall here is a little light switch. That's going to do some front lights there that you can see as soon as we go around the corner there. And you also have this light in here that has a little dual function switch on it. So you can see the 1 and the 2. So over to the 1 there, that's just going to be on is on. And over to the 2 is going to be motion sensing. So as it senses a lack of motion for a minute or so, it'll turn itself off. Once it picks up motion again, it'll turn back on. You do have those lights kind of throughout the unit. Solar panel plug in right there. So if your solar panel would plug into there, charges your batteries. There's that front scare light. Battery box right here, so your battery is housed right inside of there. As long as you're plugged into that short cord in the back or your 7-pin to your tow vehicle, that battery will be charging for you. Underneath this cover here is your propane tank, so you get your 2 knobs there. You're just going to turn it to open it up. Right. And then also right in the front here, we've got the little changeover. You can see it's currently green, pointing over to this tank. It's letting us know we're running off of this tank, and we've got propane, so we're good to go there. Up front is your power tongue jack. You get your light switch as well as your up and down. Other end of your storage compartments here. So inside of here, you're going to find that vacationer. Customers opted to go with that attic room, so we just got that stored in here for them. Same sort of dual function light up on the front wall there. That attic room does have a skirt that will close off kind of the underneath the unit from that attic room. So you have all these little white clips there that skirt will attach to. Exterior speakers here, as well as a little magnet for the door once you've got that wide open. And then to the back of the unit, right in the back of your slide here, you do have a GFI protected outlet. Then in the very back, you can find your spare tire. Straight up from there, you'll find a pre-wired mount for a rear view or observation camera. And then on the far side there, you get that ladder so you can get up top and check all your seals. So now we'll make our way inside of the unit here. Your assist handle just up 90 degrees and will fall into place. Then we can open up our door. Like I said, you do have that little magnetic latch, holds the door open for you. Blue handle, you're going to turn it either way and that'll undo your latches. Then you can pull these stairs out. So these stairs were an addition by the previous owner. So you can see you've got kind of the traditional stair there and the solid step. Solid step is hands down a better step. Just folds on out. On either side, you've got that little quick pin. You just pull that out. You can extend or retract your legs just based on your campsite needs to keep the stairs as level as possible. As we come inside, first things first, right on the left there, you get your fire extinguisher. That's standard, pull the pin, point and shoot. Straight across the wall, we've got all your lights. So on the left there, you get ceiling light. You're gonna turn that on, does all your interior lights. The entry light right here is that same sort of dual function light. You have that motion sensor on it. Exterior light there, center left, is gonna be your awning light outside. Water pump in the center there is turn that switch on. Turns on your water pump, drawing out of your fresh tank to pressurize your lines. Then your two water heater controls are on the right side there. Turn it on with electricity, you get that switch. Gas is on the left. Turn that on, fires up on gas. If that red light there were to come on, it's just letting you know it hasn't fired up. At that point, just off, back on to reset it. Along the bottom here, we've got your slide out controls. So slide one, you press and hold out, and the slide will make its way out. Once that slide's fully extended, you're just going to hear some clicks from the motors letting us know they've reached their stall. Same deal for the other slide, so I'll just run that while we're getting this one out as well. So those are the clicks for the one slide. There we go. So your two awnings are both pretty much the same size. They both work the exact same way. Just one's on that rear slide, so we don't quite have room today. They do work the same though, like I say. So press and hold extend. The awnings make their way out. Once the awning's fully extended, you'll see a little black flap as well as the gray metal tube. Your attic room has been installed on this front slide here, so you'll also see kind of the little zipper attachment for it. There it is right there. Right, now if it were to start raining, it's of course going to hold some water. So what you're going to do is grab either arm, front or rear. You just kind of pull it down and in. Then you can take this knob here and light tighten it up. And then that changes the pitch of the awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. Now if you like that angle better because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing with the arm up front. Before bringing it back in though, you just want to make sure these knobs are loosened off and your arm's fully extended, just so you're not running the risk of bending them. Then you can press and hold retract and the awning will make its way back in. Again, just watch to make sure that your fabric stays over top of the tube. The last thing to keep in mind with your awning is it does catch a lot of wind. So once you get up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour wind, you want to bring it back in. Again, just so you're not running the risk of bending your arms. Also though, if you've got your attic room set up, you will be safe. Okay. So awning 2 works the exact same way. That's just on that rear slide out there. Thermostat here, you're going to press that bottom bar to wake it up. After off, it'll come into fan low. That's of course just going to run your fan on low and move some air around. Fan high, same idea, just moving some air around. Cool high is where the compressor will come in and out as needed. You're going to have the high fan on all the time. Cool low, same idea, just now we're using the low fan. Cool low auto is where it becomes an on-demand system where both the fan and the compressor will come in and out as needed to give you your cooling. Just using the low fan here. Cool high auto, same idea, now we're using the high fan. With the air conditioner going, you got two different options. You can have these two louvers here closed, in which case we'd be using all of our ceiling ducting to move the air, or you can open them up and it just dumps all of its air into the living space here. So when you first get out to your campsite, you want it open, cool off this air as quickly as possible, then you can close them off and start moving the air throughout. After cool high auto, you hit that bar again, it'll come down into heat. I'll turn off the air conditioner, turn on your furnace. Your furnace will be moving its air through portals and yeah, so you got a register up on the wall there. And yeah, that's about it. All right. So after heat, you hit that bar again, it comes down into off. Temp selection at any points just with your arrows there. Across the storage compartments here, you just have wide open storage there. Right. Underneath it is also a little light there, just on its own center switch. Drawer space here. Converter underneath it. Press the top and center, you pop it on open. All of your breakers in the middle there. Whenever breaker breaks, it sits in the center, so just turn it off and then back on to reset it. All of your fuses are on the right side. Whenever a fuse pops, you get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. Your LP detector's right here. Propane's heavier than air, sits on the floor. That guy detects it and starts going off just like a smoke detector would. Smoke detector itself is just right here. Stick a brand new battery in there and test her up. Whoop. So we'll replace that once we're done here. Right above your island is a little ceiling vent. So you're just going to turn that knob to open it up. Back corner, you get the switch, turns on the fan. Previous owner did install MaxxAir vent covers across all of your vents, so you can keep them open during the rain. They're all black as well, so they kind of prevent that light from coming in at night. In your island is, of course, your sink here, so you get your hot and cold water with the shower head feature there and the single basin cover. Just be mindful that it is just plastic, it will burn it. All the drawer space down the side. Storage in the center, just being mindful of your drains and your water lines. More drawer space on this side here. Right. Then for your kitchen, you've got your fridge here, so the power button on the left there. With it running in auto, it's first going to look for AC power. If AC power is taken away, it'll automatically flip over to gas. If you're out boondocking and you want it to run solely on gas, you're going to press this button in. It'll run just on gas. That check light there would come on. It's just letting you know it hasn't fired up at that point. Just off, back on to reset it. Temp selection on the right side there. Freezer up top and fridge down below. Also a little storage bin down below it. Microwave up top here, pretty standard, just like home. Down below it, you get your range vent with your fan as well as your lights. This is that fan that you want turned on with that flap outside opened up. For the stove, you're going to turn your knobs over to the little flame. Get them going, simple as that. Once you're done, just turning them all off, letting it cool down, and you can bring that bifold cover back down. For the oven, we're just going to pop it open. Knob on the far right there, push that in over to pilot. Hit that igniter a couple of times, and you can see that pilot light gets going. Once you have it going, you just hold the knob for another few seconds, and you can release, and the flame will hold itself. Turn up to your desired temperature, and she fires right up. Once you're done, turn it back down to pilot. It'll hold just the pilot light for you, but if you're going traveling, you just want to make sure it's right off. Button on the right does all your lights. A little bit of storage underneath and beside and above that cabinet there, or above the counter there. There's also a little light there. Into the pantry, get your storage space. Same sort of dual function light there, so you have that motion sensor in it as well. Entertainment area, get your storage right up top. TV there, mounted, straightforward and simple. Underneath it, you get that little push button. You can pop it on open. You get your stereo on the left side here. Power button in the center. Zone A is your inside set. Zone B is your outside set. Pretty straightforward beyond that. Cable and satellite outlets here. So that is all hooked up. Antenna outlet down below it. Turning that antenna on, just get that little button in the back there. Turns on that little red light, letting you know it is turned on. All your remotes for everything in here as well. Once you're done, just pushing it back in. Make sure it's magnet shut into place. Power button for your fireplace there. Center right, you have that back illumination. In the middle, you have your temp selection. So it gives you that readout there on the left side. On the far left, you have a timer, 10 minutes up to a couple hours. Okay. Power button there, turn it back off. Storage in the back, little power outlet down here as well. Lights across the back there, just on their own switches. Big open storage across the top. This rand handle here signifies that this is an emergency exit, so you'd be taking that in towards you, slide it wide open, take the screen with it and hop on out. Blinds throughout the unit, just kind of sit where you leave them, so just kind of pop them up and down. That does fold out into a bed here as well, so we're just taking our back cushions, throw them off to the side, pick up the base, and there's two little legs in here that will fold out. Bring it up and out. This back piece folds over. There's your bed. Once you're done, just picking up that back piece, pick up the foot, bring these legs back in, folds in half and just falls into place. Cushions just kind of sit in place with the Velcros. Side of the couch here, you have again just storage as well as the little power outlet down underneath it. In the slide, get your own little switches there for the lights. In the center is a storage bin. Cup holders have all of your switches there. You have heat, massage, and light. So the light will do a cup holder light as well as an accent light across the bottom. If you have any of them set up, you can press that lock and that'll just kind of prevent you from accidentally turning something on or off. The dinette, same sort of light. You can see it's all set up, simple as that. Down the hallway and into the bathroom. Light switches over on the side there. So the one on the right does your light, the one on the left does your ceiling fan. Same thing as what you had in the kitchen. Medicine cabinets here. GFI protected outlet beside it. Just on the left, reset in the center. So if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. Hot and cold water at the sink. A little bit of storage here. Hot and cold water in the shower. Standard head and hose. Shower curtain kind of slides over, clips into place. Give it a touch, it pulls itself back. Now the front bedroom. Your light switch straight up on the wall there. Pick up the foot of your bed. You do get access to your front storage compartment. Little reading light in the head of the bed. Again, just big open storage here. The two closet spaces here are the same, just wide open with a little drawer there as well. Also have a little USB charging right in the front there with the power outlet. Emergency exit here, you take that red tab to get rid of the screen, take this handle here, throw it outside, hop on out. And then right behind me, you get a TV backer there, power outlet, and your cable and satellite outlet. And lastly is just kind of your closet space here with a couple of drawers there as well. If you're looking to winterize the unit yourself once it comes time, access to your hot water tank, just right back here. You got a little black latch there, you pull that up. The one on this side here would go down, pop this drawer out, and there's your access. Simple as that. So if you've got any other questions on the unit, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.